Hello, beautiful Leo. Welcome to your bonus reading. Let's dive into it right away and see what's coming your way. By the way, if you want to enjoy this message, don't forget to give some love. Go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe. And we have here 3 tears of joy, one good news, and one something kind of looks like a small diamond. This can be a gem of an idea. Inside your cup here, you might not really know how this is going to happen. That can be really frustrating. But the thing is, maybe it's like a solid structure that you're inside is not really allowing you to see things clearly, okay? And that's why I see there's a pathway opening outside here that you need to maybe consider. This might be something like a dragged out for you or dragging you. That's why you don't want, like, it's the maybe drag to get out there. But it seems like here, this is going to actually, I see a bird right there. Maybe it's going to deliver you the right message. You're going to find the solution to this, okay? I see here 3 tears of joy, I said. But this also reminds me of the Three of Pentacles set up, how the Pentacles are set. So this can indicate maybe a teamwork, working with people, with like secrecy. I would like to interpret the secrecy as the sub rosa here. You see the Three Pentacles aligned this way? Why sub rosa? We have the rose here. Sub rosa under the rose symbolizes working with secrecy. That means that you only instruct people what they need to know, not anything any further. And you might be gathering people together and managing them or guiding them to a certain direction. So in giving them instructions, but on a level that they don't know from each other, like what they're doing. Okay. I don't know how this is going to be important because I see a lot of darkness in here too, like a covered stuff. So maybe you need to keep things in the dark before it comes to light, before you release it, and everybody knows it, to maybe even protect from the evil eye. Okay. I told you there's a tears of joy. When I say that there's a tears of joy, it's jumping out of the cup, this can also symbolize something that is very exciting. There's happy. There's something small but fulfilling for you. For example, these things, these feathers, I don't have many of them. And I've been wanting to get them for a while now. And the other day I went to my mom's house and she actually put them in a vase, and I just grabbed them. It was very fulfilling for me. Very small thing, but I feel like it's affecting my energy. It's giving me more energy, more enthusiasm, and inspiration. Okay, so it doesn't have to be in a massive scale. I need to mention this because I read your comments and sometimes I see people tend to think very negatively, pessimistically. Okay, let's see. We have a lot of darkness here. I'm going to open up. I don't usually do it, but this time I'm going to do it because there's not much clarity happening there. In your heart, there's a Darth Vader. Guess what? I don't know if you know about that. Star Wars, not the Star Trek. I'm a fan of Star Trek, so it can be someone who's from the light side getting towards the dark side, maybe even like telling you to stay in the dark side or stay under the dark. I feel like here that's another thing that you need to keep your business quiet because someone might be raining on your parade, basically. We're going to go deeper here. I see like letters showing up, letter R, I. Kind of looks like letter C, I as well, like Cecilia, maybe. Cecila, kind of like comes to me that way. This could be someone that you're going to connect with, that is going to talk about, but again, under the rose, like under in a secrecy. I don't see much clarity happening here, but there is a discussion happening between you and a person right there. And it came in the first name or the last name of this person, this letter C and I. And there's a dog right here. A dog can symbolize someone loyal to you. And I feel like this is a person who's actually pushing you towards having a conversation with that other person. And it can be because you are trying to protect this dog, or you are, they are actually convinced you that if you have a conversation, you're going to start resolving things. Because if you don't, like I said, conversation is going to start clearing things, maybe start to bring some light into the situation that you don't have clarity. And, or I'm going to say maybe not verbally, you're going to get a confirmation, but the body language of the other person is going to show you what they're planning to do. I see here there's a seahorse right there. Seahorse is known, the male part is the incubator. So they're accepted as the only male giving birth to their young. So this can represent a King of Cups energy here. Someone protective of you, someone loving, supportive. Doesn't have to be like a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But the property of this person, they are very, like characteristics of this person is very protective. They have a little small effect in your life, but they have their eye on you all the time. This can be like, I know Leo as the lion, the king of the jungle, you don't really require protection, but I feel like this is spiritual or mental support coming from someone in this dark, like when you don't have the clarity about what's going to happen, how things are going to play out. What happens in the darkness, when the light starts to come in, I see a crocodile showing up here. So I feel like this can be, for some of you, the journey can be walking in the dark forest or jungle in the middle of the night. And there's a dog right next to you, a companion coming with you and telling you, okay, talk to the hermit on the side, that person on the side of the cloak, which can be a Virgo. Talk to the person who has been through this journey before. And maybe you have a pathway. This kind of looks like a little stone path, in the dark. And the hermit is going to maybe tell you some very valuable information to go through in that forest, in that darkness, and follow the pathway. Maybe the hermit is going to tell you, follow the stones, okay? Do not get off the pathway. When you continue in the pathway, there is going to be a moment the sun is going to shine, or the moon is going to actually illuminate the forest, basically. And there is a crocodile here. Somebody's riding the crocodile. They're cold-blooded animals, and they are very sleek when they're attacking. They're not really start galloping towards the person like the bear does, okay? And sometimes they might even look like they're sleeping. So I feel like here along this journey, you might have to deal with the crocodile, and like they are being sleek. You need to be also acting that way as well. Like you need to be either like a capybara and getting along with them to pass by them, or maybe like you need to find a different path. I don't see another path opening here. So you need to go along with this person's energy. And I don't think this journey is going to last too long. Like to pass them is going to last too long, because it seems like here I see there's a letter V. It's going to lead you towards the victory. Like you're not going to dwell with this person too long, okay? I told you there's a pathway here opening out, and that's now it makes sense that maybe you need to explore another path in the forest or in the jungle, but you're going to come back from it because it seems like that's not going to be the way out of that place, okay? When you come back, I see there's a castle forming here. I know this kind of starts to sound like a story, but I feel like this is a journey some of you are going through, and maybe you don't really have clarity about what's going to be the next action. And there are mentors, companions, and maybe even frenemies appearing in front of you. This crocodile can be representing that. You're bypassing all of that. Like you're passing all of that. You're gathering the victory. And there's a building showing up here. That can be the castle inside of the jungle. That can be the temple, jungle temple. You're going to enter in. And under the bottom of it, I told you, there's a Darth Vader, an energy that is really, like when you look at the Vader's story, it's like not good, not bad, not the villain. Yeah, he's the villain, portrayed as the villain, but there's a part of him like he was good once. So it's just he shows that everything has duality within it, and everything is the shades of gray, not like black and white. So I feel like here in that castle, you're recognizing that some people are like that. This doesn't mean, okay, because they were once good, so you need to just be friends with them. That doesn't mean that. You need to draw your boundary here to this person. And I'm going to tell you, the dark jungle can represent your new job looking journey, and then the building can be the place that you're going to enter in, and there's going to be other entities there that might not ideal. However, I feel like you're gonna find a way to manage them, okay, and then get to the top of the building rather quickly. But this all requires strategic thinking, okay, and that's why I see a lot of letters here. I see a letter L. I see there's a cup right here. Cup is an offering. Letter C is present. I told you C and I is present. So these are the strategies or the people, the connections that you're forming. L can be a linguistic skills that you're using. C can be cognitive, like you're understanding the things from seeing things from different perspective, maybe, like you can exemplify that. But cup means that also offering something, okay, that is going to be fulfilling you and others. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind. I'm looking at my new little kitty cat, and he's sleeping inside of my notebook right now. He just tucked himself inside there. It's so cute. Oh, no. This is something that wants to come forward rather quickly, guys, okay? I see there's a conversation happening with someone. I told you, the communications that you're going to establish during this timeline for this a month, and with yourself, with your higher self, with the people around you, are going to be really important. This is your month, Leo, and also we're having a Lionsgate portal. We're having full solar eclipse, and we have here a person with a big mouth opening their mouth up, and there might be mentors, there might be distractions that are trying to steer you away, that you really need to use your cognitive skills in order to manage these. There's a second desire coming unexpectedly. It might not be completed this month, but it seems like the road is going to start opening towards it. This kind of reminds me of, I forgot his name, Rodden, big-headed like guy who's sitting down and a thinking man. So I feel like if you have a thinking man in your heart, this man is going to start talking this month. And maybe you should pay attention to what they're saying, but I feel like you need to take everything with a grain of salt. There's a massive fish outside of your comfort zone. You build such thick walls around you to protect yourself. It was useful in the past when you're going through the dark jungle, maybe, but this month is actually going to bring that to an end. If you keep those walls up, you might not see the massive fish, which can be opportunities, money, connections. Fish can be representative of the plenty of fish in the sea, and a big fish is a big catch outside of you. You might actually, if you don't lower the walls, you might not see it, okay? So consider it. I don't mean just drop the walls right away, accept every offer coming in. You need to use your discernment. We have a rose right here. Rose can be a love offer coming from some of you as well. When you lower the walls, or maybe intend to have an open mind, you might also receive some lovely offers, okay? We see here 3 of Swords, Justice, 2 of Wands, it's a good story, and the Devil. The Devil here is a goat, which I love goat as a spirit animal, guys. But the thing is, you need to be careful with the goats, okay? Why? Because they can go from 0 to 100 rather quickly, okay? Goats they like to have fun. They are very specific with what they eat, and they're very balanced. You can see them on the mountainside and balanced very well. And they are also stubborn, and that stubbornness can cause them a lot. Okay, that's why you need to really, when you're playing with the devil energy, let's say the goat's energy, you need to be very cautious. 3 of Swords indicates that some things didn't really go right the way you want it to be. But another energy of the 3 of Swords is it has rain clouds in the original tarot, says this too shall pass. Either you're passing through something like the rain clouds right here, either you're passing through it right now, or this maybe happened very soon and you're still feeling the pain. But this is also suggesting that you need to see, okay, that this too shall pass. We have the justice coming forward here. You see now black and white. I said that everything is the shades of gray, but the justice coming here telling you if there's a situation that there's a right from the wrong, a yes from the no, there's a separation happening. This will happen in a beneficial way for you, okay? This can symbolize a legal authority being on your side, gaining maybe a victory in some endeavor. It can symbolize a karmic cycle coming to an end. That's why 8-8 portal is very important. Focus on what you desire rather than the things that you want to get rid of. That's a very important time. And 201 tells me that this is going to end in victory for you in a good note, because you're going to be able to start planning for a better future. That's why the devil comes in here. When you start planning for a better future and you have the whole world in your hand, you can explore new things. The devil might start whispering into your ear, okay? Your heart was broken in the past. This action might lead to heartbreak again. Or it can whisper into your ear and tell you that you're not actually making the right decision, or you should just stay quiet, or you should just go wild, whatever it is, because everybody has a different thinking pattern. This is intended for sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. And if you're watching this for your rising, this is actually how you express yourself out to the world. And if you're a very outgoing person, Leo, mostly you are, but if you're a very outgoing person, this might tell you to tune it down a little bit, okay? Whatever dims your light, the devil speaks to you that way, okay? Or if you're very shy, it can tell you just go out there and just display yourself to everyone. However, it's against your nature, so it can really break some things. While you're trying to build something, you can break something. That's why the devil is, I feel like what your intuition is telling your higher self, your gut's telling you, devil whispers you the opposite of it. And you becoming aware of that is going to be really important during this time, okay? What else we have here for you? 5 of Cups with the 3 of Swords. Same vibe, different emotions, I feel like, different reactions, but the same vibe. And wow, okay, Wheel of Fortune, we love that. 9 of Cups, 6 of Wands. Couldn't get any better than this, because it seems like something's mentally as a plan that you put out there didn't work out, and you're feeling, okay, this is like, I didn't get what I wanted. 5 of Cups is disappointment, crying over the spilled milk, basically. And it is telling me that everything happened for a reason. So maybe you didn't get what you wanted, or you would let down by someone. Heartbreak can be caused by emotional things, relationships, and maybe you're feeling, I wasted all this time on this person. The thing is, everything happened for a good reason, okay? And the justice will come forth very quickly. You're gonna get what's meant for you. Wheel of Fortune is a positive change. And that's what needed to happen in order for you to get your wishes and desires. This is not only fully satisfaction. We have the 9 of Cups, which represents fulfillment, satisfaction, really feeling content and like feeling gratitude for what's showing up, the changes for the better. And followed by 6 of Wands is a massive victory. So it's not only like emotional satisfaction you're going to have through this experience. You're going to look at back in the past and say, oh, okay, this happened for a good reason. This is also going to physical victory. It's going to show out. You're going to have something to show, basically. And when we look at the original tarot, we see like a person on top of the horse. What do we have? We have mule and camel too. Camel is resilience, and mule is also stubbornness. Maybe you need to be insistent on what you desire, guys. The white horse on this card is the same card in different formats, is actually like a wish fulfillment energy here. Your desires, wishes, and goals are being fulfilled. He went to war, he came back victorious, and he has something to show for it. I feel like maybe, I don't know, we don't see the full picture, but when someone comes back from war back in the day, they usually come with treasure and gold, okay? So you have a material thing to show for it too. Let's see, I'm going to pull a shadow work first, if you see what's blocking, what's preventing you to receive what you're desiring, or maybe is there a shadow you need to face right now? We have perplexed, okay? Still unsure of what happened. Shake your head, roll your eyes, and respect that others choose to travel different journeys than you. Remember that each journey is important. This applies to this Three of Swords and Five of Cups energy, I feel. Maybe the things didn't really go the way you anticipated. However, you have a different journey and you cannot really maybe just get stuck on what some other person did to you. You need to just move forward. And those walls that you have built right there, those thick walls, are preventing you to get outside your bubble. Okay, so you cannot really control any other person's actions. It can be shocking, okay, because this happened to me as well. It can be really shocking to observe someone you have trusted turn around and become someone totally different person one day, and that is a shocking thing to experience. But initial shock, after it passes, you need to just move on with yourself, okay? Move on with your life. And it seems like that's what's showing up here. We have the moon. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. This can be about people, places, things coming your way that you need to pay attention to. I see the love here. Love is all around you. And the world, moon and the world. Be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life, because seems like they're showing up, and if you don't take it, they cannot enter into your life. Okay. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. I'm gonna put some more videos on the screen if you would like more, and if you would like to see more, and if you go on to enjoy this one, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit subscribe, and I wish you all a magical day. Bye.